30 minutes, we will reach on our last stop. So please fasten your seatbelts on and remain seated while the bus is in motion. In our last stop at the Souq Waqif for Standing Market, you can buy some of the traditional handicrafts, garments, souvenirs, and also the spices. We'll stop there for 30 minutes to give you some time to have your free time.
But she's before situation.
Before situation. Before situation.
برای یکی که تا حالا نیامده برو ایست این بهترین آپشنه هم World's Best Airline 2019 تیکر کنن هم 3 ساعته
مثل 4 ساعتی چهار بشه ایران هم برو افتاد
Ladies and gentlemen, if you may look at in your right hand side, behind of the zigzag towers, you can see the new urban development city. It's called the Lusail City, with estimated cost of 45 billion US dollars. Inside the Lusail City, you can find the main stadium. It's called the Lusail Iconic Stadium, with a capacity of 86,000 people. It will host the opening and the final matches of the FIFA World Cup 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are approaching on our final stop, let's discover some interesting facts about Qatar. The Arabic culture encourages the greetings in Arabic, such as Assalamu alaikum. It is considered impolite and unwise to start the conversation without these initial greetings. And being a Muslim country, the local traditions and practices are still prevail, and foreigners are expected to be considerate of the culture. You can expect that Qatar to be a quiet conservative as it is a Muslim country. The name Doha is originated from Arabic term Doha, meaning the roundness, a reference to the rounded base surrounding the area's coastline. Ladies and gentlemen, if you may look at in your right hand side, you will able to see the primary examples of the local Qatari houses were designed to a largely local materials, thick walls to keep out the heat in the summer and insulate the houses in the winter. One way that Qatari men and women show their pride on their heritage through their traditional dress, both Qatari men and women dress conservatively and wear the national dress. All Qatari men, they are wearing a long white garments, it's called a toque, with a t-shirt and loose pants underneath, and also a piece of cloth on their head, it's called an hijab. It's called an gutra. They are wearing the gutra to protect their face on the heat and also for the sandstorm. All Qatari women, they are wearing a long black silk dress, it's called an abaya, and also a piece of cloth on their head, it's called an hijab. They are wearing the hijab for the religious purposes. Here in Qatar, they're only celebrating the 4 holidays. The first holiday, it's called the Qatar Sports National Day, which is falls every second Tuesday of February. The second holiday, it's called the Qatar National Day or the Independence Day, which is falls every 18th of December. And the third and the fourth holidays, it's called the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. They are celebrating these 2 holidays every year, but it's based on their lunar cycle. There will be a cases where Arab men and women, they are not comfortable for the handshake as a form of greetings. You may see some of them, they are putting their hand on their chest. That should be the signal to you that they prefer that kind of greetings over the handshakings. The Qatar's traditional foods are seafood based, but for those who are not as keen, they do regularly serve the lamb and the vegetarian meals. However, it should be remembered that the country is a largely Muslim, so pork is not to be served. One of the most important dishes in Qatar is called the majubus. It is a richly spiced rice stew with seafood, meat, or sometimes it will be mixed. Coffee is a huge part of traditional Qatari life. Arabic coffee or gawa is a huge popular for its high quality. It is made in the lightly roasted beans with the cardamom and serve it with the local dates. Although the alcohol is not illegal in Qatar, but it is only available for the licensed hotels and the restaurants, or from one of the stores that run by the Qatar Distributions Company and can only be purchased with the permit. The public transportation exists in forms of taxis and buses, as the Doha Metro is currently under construction and it will be scheduled to be operational on 2020. And most educational institutions run by the public sector in Qatar provide free education to children for the government employees. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are back here at the business district area. If you may look at in your left hand side, and you can see the three-cone shape on the top of the building. That building is one of the biggest shopping malls in the Middle East. It's called the City Center Mall. City Center Mall has 350 boutiques, and a skating rink, a dozens of restaurants, and also the cinemas. Ladies and gentlemen, the tower that you can see ahead of us, which is a cylinder shape with a photo of our Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani with the blue light color. That tower is called the Tornado Tower. Tornado Tower has 52 floors high and it was completed on 2008. On the 28 floors, there's a one fine dining restaurant where you can watch the panoramic view in the city in the night. And inside the Tornado Tower, you can find the embassies of Turkey, Australia, and Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, the camel racing and the falconry are amongst Qatar's traditional sports. However, the most popular sports is football, especially since the next FIFA World Cup will held in Qatar in 2022. This will be the first World Cup ever held in the Middle East and in Arab and the Muslim majority country, so major preparations around the country, including the constructions of the 8 stadiums. Due to Qatar high summer temperatures, each stadium, training facility and fan zone will be equipped with the solar power cooling technology to keep the temperatures at 27 degrees Celsius. All 8 stadiums are eco-friendly. Following the tournament of 170,000 seats will disassemble and provide developing nations to help establish their sports infrastructures and leave a legacy long after the event has ended. Ladies and gentlemen, just through the light on your right hand side, that area is called the Khalifa International Tennis and Squash Complex, one of the many sports facilities in Doha, where the tennis and the squash competitions of the 2006 Asian Games took place. Ladies and gentlemen, all the expatriates working in Qatar, the sponsors or the employers will provide them the free working visa, accommodation, transportations, and also the medical insurance. The government offices tends to work in the single shift from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and have a 2 days holidays on Friday and Saturday. While the private companies tends to work in the single shift or split shift, morning and late afternoon, and have a 1 day holiday on Friday. And here in Qatar, there is no tax on personal per capita income. This means that the employees take home their wages and salaries without any tax deducted. Only the companies who's registered in Qatar must pay a flat tax of 10%.
Kansas hade income.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wide open area park that you can see on your right hand side is called the Albida Park. It is the biggest greenery park in the country, approximately total area of 2 million square meters, and underground parking spaces up to 6,000 cars. On National Day, which falls every 18th of December, the Qataris celebrate their pride on their country with a huge procession, fireworks, and military parade on that area. It is also one of the main areas to be allocated for the fan zone for the upcoming FIFA World Cup 2022. And Qatari will note your effort for trying to use some Arabic words such as shukran, thank you in English, afwan, it's a welcome, assalamualaikum is peace be with you, and walaikum assalam is peace upon be with you. And you may hear that most of the Qataris, they are saying the praise of inshallah or in God's willing. Ladies and gentlemen, the building that you can see on your right hand side with the flag on the top of the building is called the Parliament Building or Emiri Diwan. The Parliament Building is the home of the government officials in Qatar, and Qatar became a British protectorate in early of 20th century until gaining the independence in 1971. The country is a monarchy and it's ruled by the Al Thani family. And the flag that raised on the top of the building is the national flag of Qatar. It consists of two colors, maroon and white, separated with the 9 serrated lines which indicate that Qatar is a ninth member of the Trucial Coast Convention. Ladies and gentlemen, the spiral building that you can see on your left-hand side is called the Fun Art Culture Center. It is involved in religious and educational activities. It is also publishes in religious studies and provide the lesson in Arabic and also in Islam. Inside the Fun Art Culture Center, they have a public library and a prayer room. It is also allows to entry for the non-Muslim people. So now we have reached on our last stop, which is called the Souq Waqif for the standing market, which is located in your right-hand side. Souq is an architectural design, and Souq is noted by selling the traditional handicrafts, garments, souvenirs, and also spices. It is also home of dozens of restaurants and the shisha lounges. If you want to buy some souvenirs and food inside, they're accepting credit cards, dollars, and euros. The ATM machines and the currency service exchange are also available inside the Souq Waqif.
Did you feed me today?
Yeah.
How many?
You'll how much you'll go to?
That's great. How many half shot baby? How'd you keep track?
Majority. Färgorna kan du filma färgorna sen.
After the phone, you Bible. Don't send that general touches.
Färgor. Filmning. Filmning.
Did you feel me?
Ja.
So ladies and gentlemen, we will stop here for 40 minutes. Wait, kuya. Nag-ano siya, remember siya. Usog ka naman. First Hindi siguro na kita na mabilis. So ladies and gentlemen, our meeting place will be here at the bus stop. If ever you will want to go back here early on the bus, you can just go back. And remember the Fun Art Culture Center as your landmark.